Hey guys, and welcome back to part 2 of the pizza making tutorial. You're going to want to get these out of the way again. You just still don't need them. You just get out of the way. And for part 2, it's very important. You're going to need a Core Power Elite Strawberry Protein Shake. If you don't have it, fuck you. Now, see, there's still a little time left on the timer. I got down here a little side. That's perfect. It gives you enough time to pick up all the napkins that fell out when you threw them to the side for comedic effect. And you're just gonna, ha ha ha. And well, now you're fucked because the packaging is ripped. So that was really funny. What a good bit. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. All right. You get your fucking pan, your paddle, if you will. Well, you probably want to check on the pie first. I don't know, it looks like a pizza to me, I guess. And you need your utensil. Now this part, watch closely. You want to stick. You want to get this. Well, first you pull it out with your utensil. You stick this underneath, and you just slide it right on. Boom. You close the oven. You turn it off. I had to get a DiGiorno because there was no Freschetta pepperoni. And I'm a little disappointed about that because DiGiorno's are a bit cardboardish in the crust area, and they don't have the same juiciness and texture, and they're just not good. They're just not good. So to remedy that, you're going to quickly grab some of your crushed red pepper and your devil's chili powder. You're not going to put the devil's chili powder on yet, just in case your mom gets home and she's hungry and she wants to have a slice. Maybe you put on half the pizza. But here you just got to use the technique we talked about. If you don't know the technique, check out my previous videos. I went over it, and I believe the second video in the series. Now that you got enough crushed red pepper, stay in frame, you tall bitch. Now that you have enough crushed red pepper, oh my god. Where was I? Yeah, I guess you get a little of this because why do I put it on? It adds something, like, I mean, it kind of adds flavor, but there's something about the burn that I chase. There's something about the pain that I like. And yeah, it helps with the sinuses, and you know, I think that spice, I believe it might help with inflammation in a small way, and it slows down the eating. But there's something more to it. But what is it? Does it make it more of an experience? Does it make it something to overcome? Does it make me feel more sated? Maybe. I don't know. It's just something I do. And I watch the bumblebees meander about the plants out there. So we're gonna put a little bit of it on. Just a little. That's kind of a lot. What's the difference? A little, a lot? What's the difference? So once it's cooled, you get your pizza cutter. And you want to remember, normally it doesn't matter. I like to spin it first and look for a good center line. But since I have spiced half of this pie, I want to be very careful here and try to keep it all on one half. That was a terrible line and I should be ashamed of myself. And I am, for more reasons than just that line. Every day. And then you make your perpendicular cut, and then you go for a diagonal that starts midway in between the endpoints of the two perpendicular cuts, and you go right through the middle. And that'll give you a nice, and then you repeat that once again for the disproportionate side, and this will give you a nice proportional pie. It might be a little bit off, but that adds to the charm a little bit. You don't want your pizza to be too perfect. It's just something odd about it. It takes the human element out of it, and it makes it less... You know, it's little imperfections that make art beautiful. You want to put the cap back on your spice. Now's a good time. Well, the pizza's too warm to eat. To think about what you've done. The mistakes you've made. And people you've wronged. And how you've hurt yourself and set yourself back. And your regrets. And the wasted time. And there's so much of it. And that's something you don't get over. That's something that doesn't get better with time. If anything, it gets worse. Time heals all wounds except the ones you do to yourself by wasting time, I guess. And that's something that pizza teaches us. So you want to start plating. We only have the big fuck-off plate, so I guess that's what I'll be using. You want to make sure you get the loudest plate in your house. Because when you're hungry and you have a bit of a headache, you want to get something that really pisses you off. That's always a good thing to have around. No. Look at this sad, pitiful, fucking thin goddamn slice. It's supposed to be self-rising. It's a piece of shit. I can just tell by looking at it that it fucking sucks. It doesn't look like something that's good for me. It doesn't look like something that's going to taste that good. But let's find out. Let's get a, ooh, this one looks like it'll have a good first bite. I wish it was freschetta. I really do. The crust on these, terrible. Where's the goddamn sauce? There's a little bit of sauce. It's fucking spicy. I put a lot of that on it. What the fuck is my problem? Well, almost to the 10-minute mark now. This is a pretty in-depth episode. I'm thinking about exploring more long-form content for stuff like this. I think I can get a little more into the videos. So let me know what you guys think. I mean, at the end of the, I'll take your input into consideration, but at the end of the day, I'm going to do what I think is best for my art. And if it's not for you, then maybe I'm not the artist for you. At the end of the day, this is about self-expression and helping people. Make pizzas, I guess, in a way.